Hello everyone, the December Review here, back again with a ranking video. With the release of the new Halloween Kills right around the corner, I thought it would be a good time to go back and take a look at the series. But instead of rehashing the films themselves, I thought it would be cool to rank the original posters for each film in a competition-style bracket format. Welcome to... I can use my Resurrection DVDs as coasters, but where does TDR rank the Halloween series posters? So, including Halloween Kills, there are 12 movies in total, which of course is a number that doesn't allow for an easy bracket setup. So, what I've decided to do is place all of the films 1 through 12 and seed them in the order which they were released. Round 1 will be Halloween 1978 up against Halloween Kills, and so forth down the line. Round 2 will reseed the remaining films once again based on release date. Once those are chosen, the championship round will pit the final 3 films together and the winner will be selected. There are 3 rules I'll be going by to choose a winner in each bracket. Number 1, originality. Number 2, overall coolness. And number 3, accuracy to the film. I will not be taking into account the movie itself. This will be based solely on the artwork used as the original poster. There are multiple variants that have been created over the years, many of which are fantastic, but for the purpose of this ranking, only the original will be used. So with all that out of the way, let's get into it. Round 1, Halloween vs. Halloween Kills. John Carpenter's original Halloween, one of the greatest and most influential horror films of all time. Its poster is basic but classic. The pronounced logo sits atop with its capital lettering bookending the title. The knife and pumpkin isn't flashy but direct. The tagline gets to the point. The night he came home. Bonus points for the fist possibly also being a face. Hey, it could be a coincidence, but once you see it, it's always there. It's a 10-star poster that hits all of my criteria. Halloween Kills. First off, I need to say that I'm looking forward to this film, but note to the production company. Nice move by giving away a bunch of stuff in that trailer. I was legitimately aggravated on just how much the trailer showed of the film. I get you want people to buy a ticket, but if the trailer was any longer, I swear the whole film's plotline would have been given away. That said, the poster is good. The fine detail of the mask is well done. I like the collar poking up, and the fire from Laurie's house color scheme is on point. I'm not a huge fan, however, of the rebooted mask itself. The aged look and modification to the mouth and chin area doesn't create the same effectiveness that some of the other films did. It's not bad, just not as scary. The poster gets points for its use of the fire and burn side, but overall, the original has it beat. Halloween 1978 is moving on. Round 2, Halloween 2 vs. Halloween 2018. So Halloween 2 takes everything great from the first poster and does it again. This time adding the skull, further hitting on all of your standard Halloween imagery. That logo returns with the fantastic choice of using the Roman numeral 2 instead of the actual number. It's much more effective that way. As 2 is the tagline, letting us know that this will be more of the same night from part 1. It expands on the familiar, yet reminding us it's all new. Halloween 2018. Not much to say here, it's basic. Too much so, in fact. Here's the mask and the title, that's it. Everything I already said about the mask from the other film still applies. There's a better one they released with Jamie Lee Curtis, but this was the first poster, so it gets included. But compared to the 1981 film, it doesn't hold up. The winner, Halloween 2. Round 3, Halloween 3 vs. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's kind of fitting that these two films meet up. Some could argue that they are two of the most outside the lines of the series. It's obvious for Halloween 3 since it removed Michael Myers from its story, instead leaving him to cameo status on a TV commercial inside the film. And while Rob's H2 did have Michael in it, it went way into another direction, with his characters that hadn't been seen in the series before. But all that means nothing here as I'm just looking at these posters. And Halloween 3 is a grand slam home run. The font has changed, but the Roman numerals remained. The skull idea is brought back, but this time as a reworked face of the witch mask used in the film. The Halloween imagery continues with the silhouetted trick-or-treaters, and the red skyline conveys the sunset while looking evil. And the tagline is pure awesomeness. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 gets to the point. Its tagline is true to the film's plotline, and it's just an angry Michael doing his thing. The rain is a nice touch, and once again the Roman numeral lettering gets a point. It's not bad, but compared to H3, well, it needs to put on its silver shamrock mask and watch the magic pumpkin. Halloween 3 takes it. Round 4, Halloween 4 vs. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Okay, so the Halloween 4 poster has a lot of good going for it. It also has one huge glaring error. I'll start with the good here. The tagline is perfect, and the house is exceptional. It's lit perfectly with Michael walking by, giving off a great callback to the original film. The trouble here is the other 60% of the poster. Some would say, what's the problem? Well, that's the classic mask, prominently displayed. And while I agree the mask looks great, well, they didn't actually use that mask in the film. They went with the bargain basement knockoff version, thus nullifying its poster and relegating it to bait and switch tactics. Plus, they switched over to the actual number 4. Points deducted all around for this shenanigans. Rob's Halloween reboot, on the other hand, isn't messing around. The tagline here is basic but legit. The montage of the scenes from the film that make up the detail of the mask is exceptionally well done. Kudos to whoever spent what I'm sure was a good amount of time making sure all the prominent imagery was used and spaced correctly. We get another effective shot of the house in the corner, and the unmasked Michael is well done. I especially like the light coming through the eye holes of the mask. This attention to detail is noteworthy. The winner is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Round 5. Halloween 5 vs. Halloween Resurrection. I'm not learning its lesson from Part 4. The poster for Halloween 5 once again uses the wrong mask. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure they just took the same picture, moved it over a little bit, added Jamie and called it a day. Which is a shame because I actually quite liked Part 5 overall as a film, and the tagline doesn't match either. Sure, Michael lives, but no one in Haddonfield was ready. Lies across the board here. And once again, it's fitting that these two films have matched because the poster to Part 8 is just as lazy as Part 5. Let's start with the fact that they once again reused a picture. This time it's Laurie Strode herself, or Carrie Tate I guess, looking very familiar to her H2O role. This isn't what she looks like in the film. Plus, the whole thing is a retread of H2O, which in and of itself was a retread of Scream and all the other 90s self-referential slasher films. They both are bad, but Halloween 5 moves on by default. Round 6. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers vs. Halloween H2O. Or Halloween 20 years later. Or Halloween H2O 20 years later. Or Halloween 20 years later H2O. Hats off to Halloween 6. Your film might be a convoluted mess that the executives decided to recut into a more convoluted mess that needed the release of a director's edition of the film to clean up some of the rough edges and is still a convoluted mess, but your poster is on point. Point deducted for its generic tagline, but 3 points rewarded for bringing back the Halloween logo font and capital lettering bookends. The mask is a much better representation of the one used in the actual film, though looking at the glove that's on the hand of the knife, that might not be Michael at all, but it's actually Dr. Wynn. So another bonus point for possible trickery. That could just be an oversight, but I'm in a good mood here, so points awarded. The blue shading is nice as well, calling back to the original film's lens work. On a side note, I actually appreciate the director's cut of Part 6. It really tries to make it feel like the original with the music, but nothing can really help the plot itself. Now it's a convoluted mess. On the other hand, H2O doesn't have much going for it. It's as if they just took the checklist of all the things they needed on a poster and just went down the line. Generic tagline, check. Side shot of a Myers mask, check. Cast headshots, check. It's boring overall, and if you went by this, you wouldn't know that Josh Hartnett actually has a big role in the film. They just stuck him way in the back. It even looks like he's there saying, hey, what's going on here? I should be like 3 spots up. Well, Halloween 6 moves on. So that does it for round 1 in the Ultimate Halloween Poster Championship Ranking Extravaganza. But before we continue, let's have a word from our sponsor. Got tough stains on your clothes and no matter how many times you run them through the wash, they never come out? Try our new Myers brand detergent. Guaranteed to lift that dirt away just after one wash cycle. Now with advanced stain lifters and hyperallergenic for sensitive skin. Myers brand detergent is Loomis approved. Reshuffling the deck, it's time for round 2. Let's roll. Round 1, Halloween vs. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Solid matchup here as both films took the simple approach to its artwork. They are pretty similar in design, simple image, tagline with the knife and hand. I'm quite fond of both posters here, but the eeriness of the original gives it the advantage. There is something to be said about the effectiveness of the line the night he came home. Halloween 1978 moves on to the next round. Round 2, Halloween 2 vs. Halloween 5. Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. Halloween 2 is iconic with its skull pumpkin and classic early 80s mystery. The Halloween 5 artwork is a lie, and if this were an actual sporting event, Halloween 5 would lose 10 out of 10 times. The winner, of course, Halloween 2. Round 3, Halloween 3 vs. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Well, this is an interesting comparison. Once again, that 80s flair can't be duplicated from Part 3. With its reworked witch mask face and ultimate tagline, Halloween 3 is near perfect. Zombie's Halloween, while not exactly going for subtle, is also effective, and its attention to detail is probably the best out of every poster in the entire series. So bonus points there. But the trick-or-treaters imagery really seals the deal for me on this one. Sorry, Rob Zombie's Halloween, but Season of the Witch is moving on. So that brings us to the final round. Only 3 films are left standing. Who will bring home the gold in our fatal 3-way of Halloween destruction? Here are our 3 films. Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, and Halloween 3. I have to say I wasn't expecting the first 3 films to all be here. I suppose it's a testament to the originality of the series that the first ones would stand out a bit more. Or it says a few things about the lack of originality most of the other films displayed. Breaking down our finalists, it's evident the themes they all share, so I'll have to dig deep into my 3 criteria on judging who to come up with as the winner. Originality. This gives Part 1 a distinct advantage since it was, well, the first one. The others are variants of this design, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't improve on the idea. Part 2 tried by adding the skull. In 3, removed the pumpkin completely but continues the face concept. They all build off of each other, but 1978 comes out ahead of originality almost by default. Overall coolness. They're all pretty cool. Maximum coolness achieved, but one thing that stands out to me, and that's, well, Part 2's overall approach. Simple is good, but things get a little wordy here. They could have removed a bit of that from the people who brought you Halloween and just left it as more of the night he came home. And the more I stare at this thing, the all new stands out more. Is that Michael Myers detergent or the 3rd film in the series? Part 3 nails the coolness factor with its trick-or-treat approach. So Part 3 takes the cool point. Accuracy to the film. There isn't much to really go by here as they all are honest in their depictions of each film. There's no Part 4 or 5 flagrant laziness to draw from. Part 1 has the pumpkin, knife, and tagline, all true to the film. However, the eyes used in the design is not the carving used in the film as the main credits pumpkin. Too much of a nitpick? Absolutely. But if you're still watching this video, these are the things that matter. Part 2 is more accurate as it is indeed a skull inside the opening credits pumpkin. However, here it's just a skull layered over one, and not actually the one used in the film. Part 3, for some reason, changes the witch's mask in the film as they went with a more demonic looking face. But in the accuracy of the film, that evil in the sky looking over the town while the unsuspecting people below, now they go on with their business, is probably the most accurate depiction I've seen. Okay, so drum roll please. The winner of the TDR Halloween Series Poster Championship is... oh wait, hang on. I need to make a phone call. Look, you've got to believe me. Take it off the air now, please. Stop it, please. There's no more time. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, sorry. Hey, where was I? Oh, the winner is Halloween 3. Like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more. Oh look, got an update to Pokemon Go.